Women's PPL 2 final, followed by the men's. Toronto Polar Bears against Las Vegas Smash. Jordi Luján, Carla Rodriguez for the team out from Canada. And for Las Vegas Smash, Ana Cortiles and Luis Elena Perez. Carla Rodriguez, 29 years old. Now, was born in Spain, in A Coruña. Spent some time in Denmark and also in the US. Now, she partners Jordi Luján, who is 35 years old, from Argentina, a professional tennis player who retired from the sport in 2021 and then moved into Padel. Now, Jordi or Jordana will play on the left-hand side, on the backhand side, with Carla on the drive or right-hand side. Ana Cortiles, 30 years old, out from Tarragona, Spain. Now, started Padel when she was just 8 years old, and then retired from the sport, came to the US to coach, and then fell in love with the sport once again, playing in the PPL. Very experienced, very tactical, and pairs up superbly with Luis Elena Perez. Now, from Venezuela, another former tennis player, actually representing Venezuela at the Billie Jean Cup. Talented, versatile. They've played very well here in Los Angeles. Oh, shortly that first game here will be underway. Now, if you missed what happened in the group stage, it was exciting, it was fun. It happened on Thursday, Friday and Saturday, with 4 games on the Thursday and Friday, 2 games on the Saturday. It did look like perhaps Miami Padel Club could maybe snatch that place away from Las Vegas Smash, who they actually beat in the final group game. But prior results meant that Toronto Polar Bears qualified because they played and won both of their games. Toronto Polar Bears, Jordi Luján, Carla Rodriguez, they defeated Houston Volt 6-3, 6-1, beating Renata Martinez, Sofia Adamovic in their opening game. They then beat Miami Padel Club, superb performance against Marta Morga, Brittany Dubban 6-3, 7-5. They are unbeaten and probably favourites coming into this final. But look out for Las Vegas Smash. They were superb in their game against DC Matrix. And despite a loss to Miami, they just about did enough to qualify for the final. Toronto, 2 games played, 2 wins. Las Vegas Smash, the team in second. Miami just missing out because of the number of games won, 49% to Las Vegas's 57. Just waiting for a few fans to find their seats. Now, so important if you're watching Padel. I'm sure you've been following the event here, maybe the event also last month in New York. Hopefully the next 2 coming up in Mexico, then the season finale in Miami the 3rd to the 6th of December. But if you've been watching Padel, you'd understand how important it is to get to the net, how important it is to make few mistakes. To dominate points, you need to be as close to the net as possible. If you lose the net, you have to somehow regain control. That's normally by a lob or a passing shot. Can there on this backhand side, has to race forward, and that's difficult. As soon as it hits that fence, it's a lottery. That ball can literally spin upwards, go down. It's so difficult to play. And when it comes to serves, a good option, the serve down the middle. It gives your opponents less of an angle to aim for. If you are going to serve out wide, looking for the glass walls, you need to tell your doubles partner so they have their line covered. Otherwise, they will step into the center, leaving a huge gap for a passing shot. Atrás, communication so important in any doubles game, but even more so in paddle because of the back wall, because so often in a point you are tracking back and you're not even facing the players on the other side of the court. Carla giving the call. That bajada backhand, tough shot to master, down off the glass.
Game Toronto Polar Bears, first game.
And Toronto Polar Bears take the first game. Jordi Luján and Carla Rodriguez. That was a quick turnaround here after the first game. And then, of course, games 3, 5, 7, 9 onwards. The set very similar in scoring to tennis. We have a tie break at 6-6. In the tie break, it's first to 7. You need to win by 2 clear points. If we go to a super tie break with both teams winning 1 set, then the super tie break is played until 10 points or a team that wins by 2 clear points. So, for example, we had a super tie break in the men's doubles. On day 1 of competition, San Diego Stingrays, who will be in action, by the way, in the final, beat the New York Atlantics 12-10 in that super tie break. So following this match here, it will be Florida Goats, San Diego Stingrays, 2 unbeaten teams face to face. Bini Di Francesco, Miguel Brega against Danny Diaz and Ivo Andermatten. So we have 2 good games to look forward to here at the Barker Hangar in Santa Monica. Toronto leading with an early break. Luján serving for the team out from Canada. These 2 franchises, 2 of 10 taking part in the PPL and also PPL2. The Goats, Los Angeles beat New York Atlantics, Toronto Polar Bears, Miami Paddle Club, Las Vegas Smash, Houston Volts, DC Matrix, Mexico Waves, and San Diego Stingrays, with teams in the men's and women's competing throughout the regular season with the main objective goal, of course, the Cities Cup. And the Cities Cup is taking place in Miami. It's the season finale. The top 8 teams from the PPL will qualify, so 2 teams will miss out. But there is a difference this season. The PPL 2, which started in February with the draft, it's in its inaugural year, and the top 2 pairings in the men's and women's will both qualify for a play-in at the Cities Cup. So a lot at stake. You need to pick up points by winning matches, by winning tournaments, because it is very tight in the overall ranking, especially in the women's side. So this game isn't just about winning the title here. 2-love, Toronto lead. If you look at the overall ranking, Las Vegas Smash are top, Toronto Polar Bears are second, and just behind on 9 points, Toronto have 10, Las Vegas 11. You've got Miami Paddle Club, who won the event in New York last month. So 9, 10, 11 points. So a victory here. Let's see one of these 2 teams pull clear at the top. So the scoreboard has been refreshed. Top left-hand corner of your screen. Superb start by Toronto. Always comes forward, Luján, and see there on that occasion, just let the ball go past her. Why? Because it was an easier shot coming off the back glass. Now it does take some time to, I suppose, change that mental chip that you need to sometimes not hit that ball first time. There, another example. It's easier again. Why? Because on that occasion, Carla turned what would have been a defensive shot by hitting it first time on the rise into an attacking shot by getting good foot placement, moving her body well, and then spinning and attacking the ball as it came off the glass. Well, what a wonderful start. Still need to close out this game, Toronto. Las Vegas Smash hoping to, well, mount a comeback. Otherwise, it will be 2 breaks in the opening 3 games and a mountain to climb in this opening set.
Out.
Just wide that passing shot, at least a point up on the board for Las Vegas. Can they build from here?
30-40.
Back-to-back points. 30-year-old Ana Cortiles serving. Has fallen in love with the sport again since moving to Miami, where she plays out from coaches and started playing again competitively. She actually retired from the sport briefly when playing in Europe. Very experienced player. Was a top 25 in the world.
Out.
And there you go. Can they culminate this quite remarkable comeback? 3 straight points. Still break point for Toronto. Now it's a golden point. Winner takes all. There's no juice advantage. Also, you have the team serving, but it's a team that are receiving that actually choose which of the 2 players receives this serve.
Speak lower. Thank you. Thank you so much.
It's going to be Carla Rodriguez receiving, opting for that first serve on the backhand. Ana Cortiles. Plenty of slice. You always have to serve and volley in paddle, even on a second serve. That was there for the taking for Ana. Little dink lob, not good enough though to test Luithelena Perez. Huge point for both teams, especially for Las Vegas Smash. The ball drifting over Ana. Opts for the passing shot, well covered. Lujan gets forward, and that's a poor shot, leaning slightly back. A couple of back-to-back mistakes by Carla Rodriguez. And Las Vegas Smash fight back from love 40 on the serve of Ana Cortiles to win their first game, and at least in this changeover, not trailed by 3 games to love. Now they are still 1 break down in the set. They lost their opening service game, but at least it's not 3-0. Really impressive venue. 35,000 square feet of event space here, and the ceiling, that vaulted ceiling, is 43 foot high, so more than enough for paddle. The previous venue was also an excellent facility, the Paddle Up Culver City indoor venue. 3 courts. The courts were used for the PPL 2 matches and also as a training court by the PPL players. I have to say, I'm really impressed by this venue. It's actually located at the airport, at the Santa Monica Airport here in California. Toronto Polar Bears lead 2-1. Now, always important to serve and volley. Get to the net and try and stay at the net. There's the serve and volley. Lujan with the hit. Cortiles darts forward, anticipating the smash. should always try and hit the smash if you're inside the two service boxes, because the momentum from hitting that smash should take you forward again. And that's well picked out. Lovely volley. Now, if you look at the effects used in Padel, you will see very few topspin shots. Sometimes you get the odd passing shot, quick flick of the wrist. But be careful not to use too much power, otherwise the ball will kick off the back glass and make it easy for your opponents. Love 30. Side spin and slice. The best two spins to use in Padel. The top spin, I would say, for the overhead smash, just to generate that extra kick after the bounce, and then it hits the back glass, and you can do a pour 3 if the ball goes out over that side wall, which is 3 meters tall. That's why the shot is called a pour 3. By 3, if you hit it over the back wall, it's a pour 4, because the back wall is 4 meters. You see the glass plus that 1 meter cage extension. That back glass there. Not deep enough to push the opponents back, and that's a sitting duck there for Liu Han. Oh, so close. That was great anticipation once again. Couldn't get a clean hit on this occasion. As soon as you see a player setting themselves up for the smash, one of the two players should dart forward in anticipation, because sometimes it's easier to play the shot, and it could normally be a winning shot if you're at the net. So back-to-back points for Toronto Polar Bears to tie the game at 30-all. The more you watch, the more you learn. Now, of course, there are plenty of similarities with tennis, with other racket sports, hand-eye coordination. The ball can bounce only the one time. If you play squash, you do have walls in squash. But this caged court is very different. It's unique. And it does take some time to understand how to use the side walls and also the back wall too. Little dejada drop shot. Stays forward, but that is so difficult. When you hit the ball straight at an opponent, you don't mean to hit them, but it is such a good option. Al muñeco, at the dummy, which is the literal translation. 3-1. They consolidate that break from the opening game.
15 love.
Because the only way really to win that point outright is you either smash it down and it goes over that back 4-meter wall. Because if you hit it over the side wall, a player can do a salida. They race out off court and they can get there and return that ball. If the ball hits an opponent, hopefully the foot, nowhere else on the body, you win the point. So when a player's at the net, if you hit it to one side or the other, they might have time to play a shot. If that ball is struck directly at them, they can't get their body physically out the way. Well, looking like a good service game for the Las Vegas Smash.
Out. 40-15.
And there's a commentator's curse. On their earlier service game, they found themselves love 40 down, fought back to win the golden point. They lead 40-15. And that's a good serve. Dip viciously after hitting that glass wall. Now, you won't see many aces, if any, in Padel, at least at this level. At my level, yes, I'm on the receiving end more often than not. And if you're starting also, because it does take some time to know whether to let that ball come to you off the glass, take an extra step forward, hit it before it hits the glass wall. Sometimes you would need to track it because it comes off the side wall and back wall, and you're there following the ball around and you just don't get there in time. So you've got to be on your toes, and if you play for example, billiard, snooker, by the time you get you understand the bearings, how to use the balls and the sides, then you can understand where you need to be in the strategy. So here in Padel, get out on a court and just practice retrieving smashes off the back wall, using the back wall to bring the ball back into play when balls come off the sidewall. Now, if the walls are wet, if it's humid, balls slip, they drop, which is why often if you see a player hit the wall, they would then use a towel just to dry that space up. Otherwise, the ball could just skid off the surface. Also, altitude plays a big part because the thinner the air, the faster the ball. The atmosphere, pressure. But if you're starting, you won't notice really the altitude much unless you play, I suppose, in Bolivia, La Paz. But most of the courts are sea level. In Madrid, for example, which is the highest capital city in Europe, that's about 600 meters above sea level. But apart from that, they're all kind of in that range. So get a racket, they're not expensive. They start off at, good value. And also buy paddle balls, because the pressure of a paddle ball is very different from that of a tennis ball. You can't really play paddle with a tennis ball because it bounces way too high. Love 15. Good deep serve there from Luján. Helena sends over a good lob, bit of communication issues there. Good attacking volley from Carla Rodriguez. Can she just set herself up? No, sometimes you've got to be a bit more attacking in those situations. They come away with the point. But there is a moment when you've got an opportunity and maybe you won't win the point outright with that shot, but set yourself up, or your doubles partner, more often than not, for the winner. And that's exactly what Jordi tried to do there. But well covered by Ana Gordiles. Opting for the shot down the middle. Always gives your opponents less of an angle. Again, the shot down the middle, down that corridor of uncertainty. Always a good option. Good exchange at the net between Carla and Luis Helena. And it's 15-30. So watching the players aim quite a few shots down the middle, looking to control the net and looking to minimize errors. Those are probably the three most important points when you are starting Padel. I would say the basic rules of thumb. Also, use the lob. It is probably the most important shot to master. If you find yourself always lobbing long, lob diagonal, bigger distance. Gordiles looks to catch out Luján down her side and couldn't quite. Wow. There for a second.
40-30.
It looked like it was going out. And for a second, it looked like Luis Helena wasn't going to hit it. And then last moment just stuck out her racket. And that was a massive point and could prove to be a massive mistake. What could have been 30-40 is now 40-30. Luján just in. Then attacks once again the net. Now in control of the point, and that's a mishit by Jordi Luján, and it's 40-40 juice and a golden point. And Gordiles has opted to receive. A chance here to break back at 3-3 for Las Vegas Smash. Good deep serve. A tough shot, had to stoop low. And Gordiles. Double-handed backhand down the line is a passing shot. Luján uses the back glass to get it back into play. Gordiles opts the shot down the middle. Takes it nice and early. Luis Helena. Luján brings her opponent forward. There's a space. Can she capitalize? Carla, no. And the lob. Anna's got a lot of ground to huge point. Cortiles. And on that occasion, opting to hit it first time with Elena Perez. It's one of those ones that if you're not mobile when that ball comes over, you're not on your toes, you've probably got to hit it first time. If you can physically just take one step to the side and start moving forward, allow that ball to pass you, bounce, hit the back glass, and then attack it. Now, of course, if it's coming too fast, you won't have time to get there. But if you start off early, or early enough, you could, and that would give you an easier shot to play. So they hang on to their service game. 4 games to 2. Toronto Polar Bears lead in this opening set. Couldn't put it away on this occasion. Jordi Luján. A good exchange at the net between Ana Cortiles and Carla Rodriguez. Again struggling to kill the point, Toronto, and that's wide by Ana Cortiles.
15.
Oh, in their previous matches, Toronto Polar Bears were probably the biggest hitters. Plenty of smashes, outright winners. Overhead shots are so important in Padel. We've been going through the different shots you can play when it's an overhead shot. Although the names are in Spanish, I do offer a brief description of the shot in English. You have the amago, which is the fake smash, which works really well. It's a deceptive shot when the players are both forward. Just dink it down the middle to win the point. La bandeja, which is a tray shot, which is sometimes defensive, but used to maintain your position if you want to come forward, and that's wild from Ana Cortiles. 30-15, Toronto. So bandeja, I'll explain that later, after this game ends. El gancho, which is a hook shot, the smash, remate. El rulo, that's like a rollover shot, which is a left-sided shot for right-handers. And then you've got la vibra, which is a really aggressive shot. An overhead shot, which is, I suppose, a mix of bandeja. It's hit at a higher angle, and the outright overhead smash. So 30 all, 4-2, Toronto lead. Another gift, another unforced error, and facing another break point. They need to win this Las Vegas smash and set up another golden point.
Out. Deuce. Golden point.
Well, they won the first, Las Vegas. The pressure's on them again, though. They can't afford to be broken twice in this first set. Carla. They want to get forward, they're trying, there's a mistake there. A lack of communication, and that's so clever. Superb play. Ana Cortiles with the sliced winner. And there we saw again that shot down the middle. That is why I call it the corridor of uncertainty, because players, even at the highest level, world-class professionals, sometimes have a doubt, because if you have 2 right-handed players on the same side, the right-handed player playing on the backhand side is the player who normally takes the shots down the middle, because it's on their strong side, on their forehand, on their drive side. So sometimes that player even moves into your side of the court, so you didn't hit a backhand, and they can continue hitting a forehand, especially if it's a smash. So what we saw there was the typical Jordi Luján playing on the backhand side, edged across. Carla thought Jordi was going to play the shot when probably it was easier for Carla. You know, it was quite on her side of the court. So best thing is to say mine or yours as soon as you see that ball coming over. And even then, you get that a player twitches, and you see the player twitch, you think they're coming to your side to play the point. So there are more reasons to play that point down the middle. Serving. Carla Rodriguez, still one break to the good. I'd love to know how many of you watching have played paddle, are thinking about playing paddle. It's fun, it's accessible. You can see here that the enclosed space ensures longer rallies than, say, other racket sports, which does help beginners enjoy the game, and also more advanced players can enjoy the game equally. There's banter, it's fun, you can chat with your partner and with your opponents, and as long as the players are more or less of a similar standard, it's very enjoyable and also very healthy. It's a great sport to pick up, so please do.
15-0.
You won't regret it. And also, you can see worldwide, the appeal that paddle has. It's gone global. It was very popular in Mexico, where it first, it was invented in Mexico back in 1969. And then Spain, South America. And now you can play paddle in about 120 different countries. Oh, Geordie
15-30.
allowed that ball to drop slightly too late. Just slashed at it slightly. (15-30). So Spain and Argentina have been pivotal in the sport's growth and worldwide expansion. But now in Canada, Mexico and the US, it's the PPL growing the sport. In this competition, the PPL and the PPL2 has done so much good work in such little time. And goes for that hit down the middle, but this time too much power. And they're in trouble again now on their service game. A chance here for Las Vegas Smash to tie proceedings. 3 break points.
Out. 30-40.
They salvage 1. Now they're serving the Australian. If you have played or watched tennis, it's so that the player can get to her side of the court. So although both players started on the same side with that serve, you have Carla standing behind Geordie. She serves and moves directly to the right-hand side of the court to continue playing on the forehand side. That's well picked out. Superb volley through the middle. Luis Elena Perez. And it's 4-4 in this opening set. Well, from facing 4 points at 2-love down, 40-love down, 4 break points, Las Vegas Smash have picked themselves up, dusted themselves down, and it's now 4-4. We're back to square one in this opening set with serve. Can they continue with this positive momentum? Luján, well covered by Luis Elena. There again, wasn't too sure if that was hers or Ana Cortiles. Good cover from Ana Cortiles. Superb. That was such a tough shot off. It hit both glasses. Luján down the center. Again, it's Cortiles rescuing it. That's excellent drop shot. The flick of the wrist. Superb racket head control. Carla Rodriguez with that deft touch. Love 15. Seeing some really good rallies in this women's final.
Out. 15-4.
Toronto Polar Bears qualifying without dropping a set, beating Miami Paddle Club in their second match 6-3, 7-5. Excellent win over Marta Morga and Brittany Dobbins. Prior to that triumph, in what was the opening game of day one, they beat Houston Volts 6-3, 6-1. No, that's the second time
40-15.
right over the net that Jordi Luján has sent her volley into the bottom of the net. And a chance for Las Vegas Smash to head into a break ahead in this first set. And there it is, the shot at the muñeco, at the opponent. They had no time to react. And Las Vegas Smash lead Toronto Polar Bears 5-4. Just goes to show, just keep plugging away. Take 1 point at a time. You're 2-0 down, 40 love down. 40-15, 40-30, juice, and they won the golden point. And then from there, they built that platform to continue. And here they are, leading by 5-4. So what have they done to turn things around? They now have been getting to the net. Their communication has improved. We're still seeing a few moments when Ana Cortiles and Luis Helena Perez aren't quite on the same page. But controlling the net, minimizing those errors, and those shots down the middle are working wonders. So now the pressure has switched to Toronto Polar Bears, who have never been behind in any of their matches. They've not dropped a set, one very comfortable win, and an excellent victory over Miami. So a chance here for Toronto, perhaps, to make it 5-5. Because if they lose this game, and you've been ahead in a great position during the game, sometimes you just might fall apart. And it would be a huge morale boost. Great how she scoops that back into play, Luis Helena, for Las Vegas, if they can win this first set. And there we go. Carla Rodriguez had a great opportunity to kill that point outright, didn't. And then just sent a wild smash out. Love 15. That was a really good volley there by Jordi Luján. You don't allow the ball to come towards you. The idea is, in that position, if you take an extra step forward as you go to punch that volley, you are close to the net. You play the ball higher at a higher contact point, which gives you a better attacking angle. Stay back slightly there, Ana Cortiles. There, Ana maybe stayed back too deep, and Jordi's return was down at her feet. A really tough shot to play on the half volley. 30-15. There is the bandeja. Seeing these sliced volleys time and time again. Slightly flat, that smash, kicked up maybe too high. And now on the back foot, Las Vegas, all because of that smash. And here they are having to defend. How one shot can completely change a rally. You could be defending for one shot after another and then get an opportunity because of a poor shot. And Luján with a clever drop shot cross court, and it's 40-15. You've got to go, you know, just hang in there. Play those lobs, play those lobs. Players start to tire, smash after smash after smash, and they start wondering, how am I going to win that point? And then you might get the opportunity because their smash kicks up too high, and that goes too long. 5-5, all square in this opening set. If you're just tuning in, we are here at the Barker Hang in Santa Monica for the final of the PPL 2 Toronto Polar Bears Las Vegas Smash. As you can see, nothing to choose between these teams. Another chip and charge. Looks for the cage, well covered there by Anna. Unfortunate, but did the right thing. Anticipated the bounce. Had that shot from Jordana or Jordi Luján hit that cage, the side fence, it probably would have been game over. If you're at the net, it is always a tight angle, but if you can hit that fence, it does boost your chances of winning the point outright. 15-all. So the fence, part of that strategic gameplay, makes this sport unique.
15-30.
Why not glass? Good question. The bounce would be very different, which is why there isn't glass up on the extra 1 meter on the back wall. And also when it comes to the serve, when you serve cross court, if it hits the glass after bouncing, it's in. If it hits the fence, it's out. (30-all), 5-5. That will go down as an unforced error. Luis Elena Perez. You can see the frustration afterwards. Great point. Oh, that kicked up straight at Luis Elena. Now, was it the bounce, or was it positioning, or was it both? When that ball comes straight out to you,
They lead by 6-5.
on that occasion, Luis Elena was too close. And when that ball comes, you kind of naturally, if you played other racket sports, track the path of the ball. So you are stepping towards the ball as it travels towards the glass. Now it will come back straight at you. It feels almost unnatural when you're starting playing paddle to step away from the wall. You move away from the, the glass wall, and it becomes an easier shot to play. Now, if you've played paddle, you're thinking, I know this. Apologies. For those watching for the first time, hopefully you can pick these things up quickly. You will by watching. So 6-5, opening set. Toronto, who have struggled in the last two service games to win their service games, are now serving for the opening set. Carla Rodriguez, the 29-year-old American, but born in Spain, spends quite a bit of a time actually in Copenhagen too. Does plenty of air miles. Atrás vienen dos. Good
Low 15.
shot there, Cortiles. Caught her opponent slightly flat-footed, and atrás vienen dos means back, two players coming. You have to have a constant conversation with your doubles partner. Forward, back, left, right. They're split. They're both coming forward. They both stay back. It will help your doubles partner choose the right shot. Because at many points, during a point, you are your partner's eyes because they are facing the back glass. Now, Jordi, Carla just said, they're deep. Vienen, vienen. There we get a shout. There you go. Ruth Elena told Ana Cortiles, vienen, vienen. So they weren't both at the net. They were on their way. So the right shot was down the middle. That is exactly the shot played by Ana Cortiles. You can see that background in tennis, Ruth Elena with that double-handed backhand. Very popular though in paddle. Why? Because also you can disguise the shot with the double-handed a lot easier than you can with a single-handed backhand. 4 break points. Another chance here to tie the set, and we would have a tie break in this opening set.
Game, Las Vegas.
There you go, the shot. Where did it hit? The fence. Look at the bounce. No pace needed. It was placement. And here we are, tie break, 1 serve. Las Vegas smash, and just like tennis, 2 serves for each player, rotating round. After 6 points, the players will change end. First to 7, need to win by 2 clear points. Carla, slightly flat smash. Great angle again, looking for the cage, but unfortunately as it bounces up highly, good height for Ana Cortiles. Ruth Elena steps across. Ana couldn't hit the winner. Now the players have to cross. And as soon as they can, they will look to get back onto the other side of the court or not. Let's see. And they switch again. There you go. Atrás adelante. There you've got 2 calls, back, forward, and that's clever. There, Jordi Lujan was backtracking, and the ball was right at her feet. There, excellent shot from the Venezuelan. Elena definitely up to the game in this second half of the opening set. It was Ana who probably started the better of the 2 players, but they are now both playing much better than they did in those opening 2.5 games. That's slightly greedy there from Ana, way out of possession, has a lot of ground to cover. And that's lucky. 1-1. But there we saw Ana Cortiles probably travel too far across. Women's PPL 2 final. Barker, Hangar, Santa Monica. Now the previous games played on this court did not disappoint. All 4 matches from the PPL went to a super tiebreak. I wonder if we're going to see 2 more in the women's and men's finals here. Long from Jordi Luján.
Las Vegas.
Just quickly, the results from that 3rd place women's game. Well, actually, I'll wait until the end of this tie-break. True, they are having a little break here. But that will give me a bit more time to go into a bit more detail about what happened on podium day.
2-0.
Slightly rushed that volley. Cortiles, 2-2. Second serve.
Out. 3-2.
And Jordi Luján with the unforced error. Carla serving. It's a good serve. Low off the glass, but a good pick up. Ana Cortiles. Always seems to play with a cap, even indoors. Almost slipped there, Lutherina. Able to keep her footing and stay in the point. That's a good gamble there from Anna. Switches back.
Out, out, out.
I thought that was out. I actually thought the ball was out.
La cantó mala también. La cantó mala ahí también. Y mala.
Well, the umpire just confirming
4-2 Las Vegas.
that it was out. Change of ends. 4-2. 6 points played. Well, Jordi Luján was complaining that they kind of stopped after the call. But was the ball in or out? Because if the ball was in, then perhaps they could have been more alert, maybe got to that drop shot where it hit the net and basically died. Difficult shot to recover. And the umpire was just confirming that yes, it was out. And it's 4 points to 2. So Carla with a serve at either end. Second serve. Atrás, the call, they stay back. Good. Bajada, Carla. They can't get forward. Is that the right shot to attack on? Another net call goes their way. Good lob, superb lob. Ana Cortiles. Ruth Elena bounces slightly high. May have lost the impetus in the point. Carla. Again, they attack the net, Las Vegas. Have a volley there from Jordi. Can she hit the outright win again? Not enough power. Who kept in play by Carla. Longest rally in this tiebreak. On the back foot now, Toronto. Las Vegas smash to allow both players to get back into position because they had switched and Jordi Luján had all the time in the world. It wasn't even a tough shot. It was a high lob and the sole purpose was to allow Ana Cortiles and Luis Elena Perez to switch. (5-2), just 2 points needed to claim the opening set. 1 point, another error. Jordi Luján. Slightly
6-3,
wild.
Las Vegas.
Ana Cortilis, those things can happen when you've got a bit of a cushion. And it is set point or match point. Sometimes you look for that winner. When otherwise, if you've been probably facing a match point, you would have gone for a lob or a safer option. On the rise, Luis Helena again darts forward. No, another. They've stayed back. The call from Anna. Now they switch. Anna's got to race back to her side of the court. That's a great angle. Good cover, Carla. It's not about pace, it's about placement.
6-4, Las Vegas.
And they've not been lucky, have they, with the tape? Las Vegas. Another net call. Goes against them. Rulo. Punch volley. And there you go. The war cry. 7-6. Opening set. Las Vegas smash. Ana Cortilis and Luis Helena Perez fighting back from 2-love down, 40-love down in the opening set to beat Carla Rodriguez and Jordi Luján. There was break, counter break, counter break in those final few games of the opening set. And for the first time here in Los Angeles, Toronto Polar Bears have dropped a set. Let's see how they come back out for the second set. And as promised, results from earlier today, PPL. Women's third place. New York Atlantics winning 2-1, beating Florida Goats. Men's third place, Toronto Polar Bears beating DC Matrix 2-1, 10-5 in the super tiebreak. First place matches, Houston Volts lost the first set, tied it 6-2, but it was DC Matrix that won the super tiebreak 11-9. So congratulations to Araceli Martinez and Marina Guinart on that victory. And in the men's championship game, 1 hour and a half, Mexico Waves, Florida Goats in the final, 6-4. Mexico Waves took the first set, 3-6. Florida took the second set, 10-2, the super tiebreak. Gala and Maxi Arce. So we saw a good first set, 7-6. 58% long rallies won. You win the long rallies, you win the set, you win the match. As for golden points, 50% all. It's been tight. Plenty of break points. 7-6 in the championship game. Las Vegas Smash currently lead, but Toronto, we've seen them at this tournament, are still the team to beat. Second set about to start. Well, the players were just about to start. And might be a quick toilet break, which you do get. Even when I commentate, I also request a toilet break. But here we are. So I can give you a few more stats, a few more ideas if you're watching this game. Would love to learn how to play. Talked about serving formations. You can switch sides if needed, so you are always on your side of the court. So you can quickly dart to the right-hand side if you are serving from the left-hand side, because your doubles partner will be also on that left-hand side, directly in front of you. How important it is to use the walls at the back for retrieval and strategy. Make sure you pick up lobs, different kind of lobs, deep lobs, lobs using the side and back wall. I mean, we've even seen some lobs bounce and go directly over the side wall. Very rare, but it can happen. And as for the sport itself, I know there are lots of racket sports out there. Some have been around for centuries. But there is plenty of room for paddle. Complements other racket sports. And like I said, it is extremely fun to play and very addictive. Once you've played one game, you want to improve. Just waiting for one more player. Jordi Lujan. There you go. Popped off, has popped back, and ready to start this second set. And the umpire just reminding Toronto that they will be serving to commence the second set. Jordi Lujan. Now, they started the first set winning the opening 2 games and then taking a 40-love lead before losing that game and then going on to lose the opening set.
15 love.
Luthelena sends her volley straight into the net. Now, soon after this game, brief ceremony, and then of course it's the men's doubles final. Florida Goats, San Diego Stingrays. You can join Vinny Di Francesco, Miguel Briega for Florida. They will face Danny Diaz and Ivo and Matten. Another exciting game to follow this one here at the Barker Hangar. Really has been 4 excellent days of world-class professional paddle. And thanks to PPL, we're seeing this regularly here in North America. And the next 2 events, by the way, if you haven't jotted down the dates, cover. Great cover there by Luis Elena Perez. Good deep shot. If you haven't jotted down the dates, I know I say them at least 3 times during my commentaries, but just in case, 24th to the 27th of September, so you've got just over a month. Playa del Carmen in Mexico. Then in November, 19th to the 22nd, Guadalajara. That is the final regular season meeting before Miami, the 3rd to the 6th of December. And I promise I'll read those dates out again. But I will wait until the men's doubles final. I promise. Got about 4 calls there and thought, okay, I'm just going to send a lob high near that 43-foot roof.
40-15.
Oh, I wasn't too sure, but I think it just clipped the outside of the line, and that was thanks to Luis Elena Perez, who actually just said it was in. And having seen the replay, I still have my doubts. New balls here on court.
Low.
There we see two players lining up on the same side of the court. Serves and quickly darts across the right-hand side. Luis Elena, as that is her position in this partnership, in this doubles team. She plays on the right, and Cortilis on the left.
Out.
Now, there are some players who will only play really on their side of the court. You have some players who can play either side of the court, and some players who adapt to their doubles partner. For example, in the men's final, Ivan and Matten switch his sides regularly when he plays alongside Danny Diaz, and also he has played alongside and won tournaments with Vinny Di Francesco, who just happens to be playing against him in our next final. So I'm sure there's very few secrets between those two players out on court.
40-15.
Net has been busy. Oh, well, that was straight at the head of Ana Cortilis, who did right to duck.
40-30.
Didn't really do anything else. 2 points in quick succession. There you go. Actually hit her ponytail. Thanks to that replay. And there's a mistake
Las Vegas smash. One game
by Carla Rodriguez. 1-1. Just offering a towel in case they wanted to mop up that glass at the back of the court. Oh, brilliant. That was so calm and cool. Little flick of the wrist. It was all about the angle, that downward angle, just enough power to see it over the sidewall. Great shot, Carla Rodriguez. We've seen a few of those from Jordi Luján. She wasn't making any of those mistakes in the two group matches. There's a lot more pressure on all four players in this final. There's a lot at stake, not just bragging rights and the title here in Los Angeles. It's all about that race to be one of the top two pairings to qualify for the Cities Cup at the end of the season in Miami. It's where the top two pairings in the men's and women's will be. They'll be taking part in the Cities Cup in the play-in against the teams ranked 7th and 8th in the standings. And then the winners of that tie will then qualify for the quarter-final. 8 teams, just one winner. Good smash, Carla Rodriguez. Big point, now 30-all. Brilliant shot there, and I got to do this. When she started playing paddle, she was just 8, and she started in Reus, which is a small town not too far from Tarragona, in Catalonia, not too far from Barcelona. And when she started playing with Adi Sanchez. And if you follow paddle,
Deuce, golden point.
one of the best players over the last decade, Adi Sanchez.
Ana Cortiles to receive.
So we can see in Spain, players have been playing paddle since 8 years old. And now, Anna's 30.
Game Las Vegas Smash, they lead by 2 games to 1.
Break 2-1 in the second set. So that is what hopefully we're going to see here in the US. Players starting at a young age, because the vast majority have transferred from tennis. The game has only been around in the US properly for the, well, maybe 4 or 5 years. Obviously, if you start playing, then you start having played a different racket sport. Gradually, we'll start seeing the game grow here in North America. Younger players take to the sport, more courts, more availability, more, well, basically offer demand and offer. So hopefully it will continue to grow. And then young players will, if you start in paddle, you don't pick up some of the, I wouldn't say negative, because it's not negative, but if you've played tennis, you use shots in paddle that you shouldn't be using. It takes you a while to understand the walls. There are benefits, but there are also cons to go with the pros. And this PPL2 is a lot more than just a development league. I mean, it was created to help establish a good pathway for players here, with players from other countries helping improve the standard. Facilities have improved, training, competition, events. You know, there's a full integration, PPL and PPL2, with these events basically running parallel. And here, just like in New York, the final is played at the main venue. It was the Hammerstein Ballroom in Manhattan in New York last month. And here in LA, it's the Barker Hangar in Santa Monica. And that was there for the taking.
15 love.
Makes no mistake. Ana Cortiles. Momentum definitely with Las Vegas Smash. Having taken that first set, they've broken in this second set. And now looking to consolidate that break. They say another commentator's curse. Snatches at the volley slightly. The Spaniard, 15-all. And now comes forward, and look, sometimes by just coming forward, you put pressure on your opponents. And they just seem to be struggling, Jordi Lujan. Now, I haven't been passed any information as far as an injury report 4 players were fine. But I don't know if maybe she's picked up something in this match. Could be tiredness as well. It's been intense these last 4 days. Such a deft touch. Those volleyed lobs are so good. Look at the spin on that. The spin on that. That was crazy there from Geordie. It came over plenty of spin. She added spin of her own. And then when it hit that back glass, it just span out in a very difficult angle for Luis Elena Perez. Atrás. They're not even getting forward as much. Toronto, look, again, only Geordie has come forward. Carla has stayed back, so Geordie Luján almost forced back to play alongside her doubles partner. And that could be tiredness. Now they do come forward. Good bajada, excellent bajada there from Ana Cortiles. And again, Geordie Luján goes long with a return. It goes straight against the glass wall. And it's 3-1 in the second set. Las Vegas Smash lead. 7-6, 3-1. Now looking at the global ranking for 2026, this could be huge. Las Vegas Smash took 8 points at the event held in Miami. Just 3 in New York. And here they could be on course to take enough points to move well clear at the top of the standings. Now in New York it was Miami who took the 8 points, Toronto 5 points, Las Vegas Smash 3 points, which left a very interesting standings with Las Vegas Smash on 11 points, Toronto Polar Bears 10, Miami 9. And you've got the top 2 teams here in action in the final. So both will pull away from third place to Miami. It's a delightful passing shot, superb execution. Well played, Luis Elena Perez. Really attacking shot. Caught Geordie completely off guard. So that, I mean, the good thing is in paddle, mix things up a little. If you always send over a lob, the players will naturally be prepared for a lob. On that occasion, went for the passing shot. Good winner. Double-handed backhand. And then the attacking volley. Stay slightly back, Ana Cortiles had to go back even further. So now having to defend, can they get forward on this occasion? That low shot down the middle covered by Ana. Good lob, good depth from Carla. But an even better reply from Luis Elena Perez. Cat and mouse, 30-15, Toronto lead on Luján's serve. They can't afford to be broken for a second time in this second set. Having lost the first set, there has no safety net. And that was straight at Carla Rodriguez, 30-all. A chance to close the gap. It would still be one breakdown in this second set. On the line, the serve. Couldn't hit the winner outright. Now forced back. Toronto. Again, that left-handed Zaya opting for the shot down the middle. Covers a lot of ground, Ana Cortiles. Often takes, there you can see that shot down the middle on her favoured side. Sometimes maybe it goes too far across. Geordie just watches it go by and then loops it back over to Geordie and switches it to Carla. Very patient Ana Cortiles gets the call. They're both forward from Luis Helena. Carla, nice back on the backhand side, and then that was the right place to be. That was the right shot to play, just not the execution. Did everything right in the point, Carla Rodriguez. The way she here came forward, it was a good, comfortable height. And a golden point, rack it up high into the air. No surprise, Ana Cortiles opting to receive. A chance for a 4-1 lead in this second set. Well, perhaps that could have gone against the back glass and then attacked it, but instead opted to hit it first time. And unfortunately for Luis Helena Perez, sent her return low into the net. There. Let it bounce, let it hit the wall, and then attack. 3-2, still one break up, Las Vegas smash. There you can see the coaches with the players. You don't get long with the players, but sometimes the right words at the right time can make a massive difference. And also, each player reacts differently to the words, the tone, the language used. So sometimes you need to focus on one particular player because maybe that player is having a bad day, an off day. You can tell your players to be slightly more aggressive, maybe to lean more on one of the other two players because they're struggling or a certain shot is not quite working. Their overhead shots, for example, or they're going long with their approach shots or their backhand. If you slice it down low, they're struggling to get it back over the net. If they are back up against the glass, use depth or keep it short, bring them to the net, move them back, make them work. Things that you can tinker with that could help the players maybe turn a corner. And we saw that from Las Vegas Smash, who started off, you know, I wouldn't say poorly, but they weren't as good as Toronto, and they were always behind that service line. And look how things have changed in a handful of games. Great volley, Luis Helena Perez, 15 love. All they need to do from now on is win their service games to win the title. Brilliant recovery. Luis Helena, so quick, so dynamic. Much more attacking here from Toronto. Oh, that was so unfortunate. They call that sometimes the egg. It's the sound it makes. Block if you drop an egg. The ball landed exactly where the glass meets the back wall, and the bounce, as you can see there, can be so deceptive. .30 love. You've got to give Las Vegas Smash some credit because they opted. Oh, that's a wonderful, delightful, stunning passing shot cross court. Ana Cortiles just opened up her body. Watch this here. And went with the one hand, little flick of the wrist. And that occasion, had Geordie have been 1 or 2 steps close to the net, could perhaps have made the volley. But if you're expecting a lob, you are maybe 1 or 2 steps further back. And that is exactly what Anna spotted before hitting the winner. And momentum with Las Vegas Smash. 4-2, they lead in the second set. Well, they were in action yesterday, Las Vegas Smash, and they lost to Miami Padel clubs Marta Morga and Brittany Dubbins. But Miami had to win and not allow Las Vegas to win more than 5 games. Well, midway through the second set, that was it. They'd won enough games to qualify for the final because Miami lost to Toronto Polar Bears 6-3, 7-5, and also because Las Vegas Smash thrashed DC Matrix, dropping just 3 games as they won 6-3, 6-love against Erle Petrauskate and Shannon Hudson. Another good deep lob. Cordiles just checking it was in. Superb rally hit. (15-30). Cordiles, that good lob. And there we go.
15-40.
Look at how they celebrate. There's a skip in their step. Very different body language from the 2 Toronto Polar Bears players who have been superb throughout this event in LA, but not so far in this final. They started the first set so strongly, but they lost that opening set 7-6 in the tiebreak, and now in massive trouble. 4-2 down, 15-40 trailing on Carla's serve. Carla Rodriguez couldn't get that backhand over the net, and it's 5-2 to Las Vegas Smash. This could be a huge win. Now we still have 2 events left to come in Mexico, Playa del Carmen, Guadalajara. But with the points they will pick up, 8 points from winning this tournament, it would cement their place at the top of the standings, would give them a bit of a cushion over their opponents, funny enough, who will be second in that standings, Las Vegas Smash, and a massive cushion over the team currently third, Miami Padel Club, who finished third also here in LA, so they will pick up 3 points. But Las Vegas Smash will extend their lead by 5 points over Miami, so they have 11. They will end with 19 should they win. Toronto would have 15, Miami Padel Club 12. 6-point win. Now with 8 points for a victory in an event, when still with 2 events there are a lot of points up for grabs. But after 3 events, to have 19 points is a very decent return. It will be their second triumph over 3 events. Victory in Miami, 3rd place finished in New York, and the title here in LA. And they are edging closer to exactly that. 15 love. Doesn't quite clear the net on this occasion, Ana Cortiles. Oof, that kicked up really high. Great recovery. And again, that double-handed backhand with Elena Perez and Carla
30-15.
going wide with her shot. Look at the bounce there. Had to readjust. Oh, almost got it over using the side wall. There, Anna. Again, going well across. Over to Luis Elena Perez, his side. Fake smash. Doesn't quite work. That was tucked away into the corner. Well covered by Carla Rodriguez. Jordi Luján. Luis Elena. Oh, with perhaps too much power. And there's a mistake by Ana Cortiles. Now that previous volley, the angle was perfect. A slightly softer approach, and that ball would have died at the back fence. Was looking for a similar shot. On that occasion, Anna straight into the net, and now we have break points. 2 break points for Toronto. Tucked away superbly by Luis Elena Perez. And what a point. Toronto with a break point. They would still be a break down. They would need to win their service game break and win another service game. But it is match point for Las Vegas Smash. Second serve. Ana Cortiles goes to the backhand. And again, it's there for the taking. And the victory for Las Vegas Smash. Ana Cortiles with the winner. And the 30-year-old Spaniard and Luis Elena from Venezuela have claimed the title. Congratulations to Las Vegas Smash, also to Toronto Polar Bears, who were superb here in Los Angeles. They were excellent in their 2 group games, winning both. They were undefeated, unbeaten until the final. But Las Vegas Smash, who beat DC Matrix in their opening game, lost in a tight game to Miami Padel Club, have won the final. Maximum 8 points for Las Vegas Smash. So important in the global standings because they will now climb to 19 points. Toronto Polar Bears, runners-up here in Los Angeles, will have 15. Miami, finishing 3rd, will end Los Angeles on 12. Let's take a look at the stats from the women's final. 7-6, 6-2. Las Vegas Smash recovering after a slow start in that first set, dropping the first 2 games and trailing love 40 on their serve. They rallied to take the first set, 7-6. In the second set, they played so well. There was a skip in their step. they were attacking the net and again winning almost 60% of the long rallies. Superb. What a performance from the team from Las Vegas. So we've just had the women's doubles PPL 2. Shortly it will be the turn of the men's doubles championship games here on day 4. We're at the Barker Hangar in Santa Monica. Up next, Florida Goats, Vinny Di Francesco, Miguel Briega against San Diego Stingrays, Danny Diaz and Ivo Andon Matten.
Cuando bailas me enamoras, a todo el mundo le encantas, donde llega tú controlas. Soy un voluntario, para darte mami lo que pidas tú. Soy un voluntario, para comerte a besos lo que quiero yo. Tírame un besito que quiero contigo, tírame un besito. Tírame un besito que quiero contigo. Tírame un besito, tírame. Voluntario, yeah. Un fire. Voluntario, yeah. Jump, Woo. On fire. Simpático, maniático, tírame un besito que soy práctico. Para ti yo tengo flow bien clásico, para darte amor yo soy bien táctico. Para no estar claro solo quiero que te vengas. Vete pa' mi casa o pa' donde tú prefieras. Yo quiero contigo, yo te doy a mi manera, como tú quieras. Soy el voluntario, todo lo que quiera. Tírame un besito que quiero contigo. Tírame un besito, tírame un besito que quiero contigo. Tírame un besito, tírame. Voluntario, yeah. Un fire. Voluntario, yeah.
Oh, don't go too far away. Up next, the men's final championship game here at the Barker Hangar in Santa Monica. Florida Goats versus the San Diego Stingrays.
21 bar, yeah. Aquí you go, baby. 21 for, yeah. La mirada me delata, cuando bailas me enamoras, a todo el mundo le encantas, donde llega tú controlas. Soy un voluntario, para darte mami lo que pidas tú. Soy un voluntario, para comerte a besos lo que quiero yo. Tírame un besito que quiero contigo. Tírame un besito, tírame.
And welcome here to the PPL 2 Championship game from Los Angeles. The Barca Hangar Santa Monica will host the final game of this 4-day event. Looking forward to what should be an exciting contest. Florida Goats against San Diego Stingrays. Vinny DiFrancesco, Miguel Briega for Florida, and for San Diego Stingrays, Danny Diaz and Ivo Anden Matten. DiFrancesco, one of the hottest young talents in the US. Just 20 years old and has played often with Ivo Anden Matten, who just happens to be on the other side of the court in this final. Briega, 25, Spaniard, 1.73 meters, dynamic, can hit some great smashes, makes very few mistakes, really solid, and a great partnership. Vinny and Briega. Also here in Los Angeles, unbeaten, just like the Stingrays, winning both of their group games. Ivo Anden Matten, Argentine, just 23 years old. Now, plays on the left and can also play on the right-hand side. Now, when he's played before alongside Vinny DiFrancesco, who plays for the Florida Goats in this final, he's moved out onto the right-hand side. But here for the San Diego Stingrays, partnering Danny Diaz, it's Danny Diaz who takes up that right-hand side, the drive side, with Ivo playing on the left, with Danny on the right. Danny Diaz from Chile, born in Los Angeles, but Los Angeles in Chile. Now their path here to the final has seen them play some entertaining games. The standout game for me, San Diego Stingrays against the New York Atlantics. Jaime Fermosel and Juan Manuel Argañaras had 2 match points. It could have been very different. New York could have been here in the final. But San Diego Stingrays won that super tie break 12 points to 10. 6-4, 4-6 in the 2 previous sets. The Stingrays have been superb, as have the Florida Goats, who haven't dropped a single set. 7-6, 7-5, they beat the Mexico Waves, and they followed that victory with a 6-4, 7-5 triumph over Jacobo Blanco and Luis Estrada of the Los Angeles Beat. So, 2 teams who have not lost. The favourites, I suppose, looking at how they've played on results, having not dropped a single set, it would be the Florida Goats. Now, a quick look at the global standings. Why? Well, because the top 2 ranked teams would qualify for the Cities Cup, which is the massive event. It's the target, it's the objective, it's what all the PPL 2 teams want to do. Qualify for the play-in at the Cities Cup. So the top 2 pairings will qualify. Right now, the New York Atlantics have 13 points from the previous events played in Miami, where Florida Goats won the title, beating New York in the final. Then in New York last month, it was New York Atlantics who won the final, beating the San Diego Stingrays. Florida finished 4th. So after those events, you have 13 points, New York Atlantics, 9 points, Florida Goats, 6 points, San Diego Stingrays, the team's 2nd and 3rd. The chance in this final to take a maximum 8 points. The runners-up will take 5. Now New York will finish 3rd here in LA, so they would take 3 points, taking them to 16. Now Florida win this final, they would climb to 17, 1 point clear of New York at the top of the global standings. As for San Diego Stingrays, they win the title, they would improve to 14 points. Florida would take 5. They would have 14 points. New York Atlantics would be top on 16. Tight in that race for the top two. Los Angeles beat, who had 6 points, just like the Stingrays coming into this event, will take no points, having finished bottom below the Mexico Waves. So a massive game for many reasons between the Florida Goats and San Diego Stingrays. As for the women's final, 7-6, 6-2. Now the favourites on paper, the Toronto Polar Bears, who had not lost in their 2 group games, have beaten the Houston Volts, have beaten favourites Miami Padel Club. Well, they lost to Las Vegas Smash. So congratulations to Ana Cortiles and Luis Elena Perez, who moments ago claimed victory in the final over Jordi Luján and Carla Rodriguez. But here at the Barker Hangar in Santa Monica, it's the turn of the men's championship game. Florida Goats, San Diego Stingrays at this wonderful venue in Santa Monica. Built in 1954, it's huge, 35,000 square feet. The roof, which is stunning, is it's 43 feet high. It's a vaulted ceiling, and we're at the airport in Santa Monica, and you get some shots which we will see in the breaks. It looks stunning, a great venue, and fitting for the final. Also, would like to congratulate the Paddle Up Culver City venue, which hosted the group games. 3 indoor courts, great facility, and everyone was happy with how things went there. But of course, the final here, just following in the footsteps of the PPL, who had their championship games earlier today. I'll be bringing the results later if you did not catch them, but of course you can also find them on the website propaddleleague.com. Here we are, the final. Florida Goats, San Diego Stingrays. And I've had to Matten quickly across, just aiming that ball at DiFrancesco. Love 15. Been really impressed by Ivor and Matten, and also he's just 23 years old, so some very young players out on court for this final. Trademark big hit, Vinny DiFrancesco. Serve on volley, and that slice really gets over the ball, really punches it back. DiFrancesco, keep on his footwork. The serve darts forward. Couldn't quite get it back off that back glass. Danny Diaz. I expect a high tempo game between these teams, and although Florida Goats didn't drop a set, I have been equally impressed with how San Diego Stingrays have played, especially their fighting spirit. There were times they seemed dead and buried, facing match points against and set points against, yet they somehow dug deep and managed to come back from behind to win. Especially in that super tiebreak, they won 12-10 against New York. Briega. Ivor and Matten with a tremendous backhand smash. Golden point, not a bad way to start the set. Wonderful passing shot, the Willie. through the legs. So resourceful, Briega. What a rally. With his reflexes at the net, what a point. Somehow scoops it back into play superbly. Then idea from the backhand against the glass, and then the winner from Di Francesco. What a rally, what a golden point. What a way to start the match. Oh, if this is how they're going to play, it's going to be a thriller. That's the appreciation, I think, from all the fans for both teams, the entire point and the entire first game.
La mirada me delata, cuando bailas me enamoras, a todo el mundo le encantas, donde llega tu controlas.
Goats taking the first game with serve in that golden point. It's Danny Diaz, the Chilean, to serve the San Diego Stingrays.
Ball 15.
Just quickly wiping the sweat off the hand, Ivor and Matten.
Ball 30.
Saw very few unforced errors. I can't remember the last one I saw Ivor hit in that previous match. He was so consistent, so regular, so solid, but already a couple of shots into the net. Maybe some early nerves as Diaz brings it home.
15-30.
It's a huge game, not just because it's a final here in Los Angeles, but because of that global standing and that only 2 pairings will qualify for the play-in at the Cities Cup. And right now, in the men's, the San Diego Stingrays are just outside the top 2. Sounds like a high lob. Di Francesco, and again, plenty of topspin on that smash from Ivor and Matten. Has a great technique. Where he arches his back, generates so much topspin. It's important also to try and hit that ball at the highest point. Still, facing 2 break points, and a bit of luck, but also give credit there to Danny Diaz. He was aiming for the angle, he was aiming for the fence, but it hit the joint, the exact joint, where the glass hits the metal fence or cage. And if you do that, the ball can sometimes come out at a 90-degree angle. And that's exactly what happened there. So back-to-back golden points in these opening 2 service games. One.
Game San Diego Stingrays. 1 game ball.
So if you're just tuning in, I'm sure you've been watching for a while, hopefully since day 1, and hopefully the events in Miami, and also that great event last month in New York. you would understand how paddle works, how the scoring works, very similar to tennis, how you have a tie-break at the end of the first set. Should it be 6-6 and the tie-break is to 7 points, and you would need to win by 2 points. If it's tied at a set apiece, that's slightly wayward there from Briega, you would have a super tie-break to 10 points, or you'd have to win by 2 clear points. The point system, again, 15, 30,
15 love.
40 love. But when we get to deuce, it's actually a golden point. There's no advantage. Back again to deuce and back and forth. So it adds a bit of drama to each deuce.
Out.
Slightly long there
30-15.
from Danny Diaz. And
Ready.
mistake there. PDT Francesco just slashing at it slightly. 30 all. Watching the men's doubles final, PPL 2 from Los Angeles. Florida Goats, San Diego Stingrays, 2 unbeaten teams here after the 3 group days. Big leap there from Danny Diaz, but couldn't quite climb high enough, and golden point.
Ivo Adelmaten. Daniel Diaz to receive. Daniel Diaz.
Well, Danny Diaz opting to receive. It's a decision made by the receiving team. And wide from
Game San Diego
Vinny.
Stingrays.
Big shout from Ivo Andermatten as the Stingrays break again. 2-1.
Tírame un besito, que quiero contigo. Tírame un besito, tírame, tírame. Voluntario, yeah. On fire, on fire. Voluntario, yeah. Jump me,
What a game we've had so far. 3 games played, 3 golden points. If they keep this up, we're going to be here for a while. I'm not complaining. It's the championship game, the final. Florida Gate, San Diego Stingrays. And the venue, look at it, it's stunning. This angle, you can appreciate the depth, the height. The Barker Hangar was built over 70 years ago. In 1954, has hosted a range of events, celebrations, festivals. And here we are, watching world-class paddle.
Ivo Adelmaten to serve.
If you want to continue watching world-class paddle, do continue to follow the PPL and also here PPL 2. They run parallel at each and every event, and we have Playa del Carmen and Guadalajara to look forward to. 24th to the 27th of September, Playa del Carmen. 19th to the 22nd of November, Guadalajara. Those are the two final regular season events before the Cities Cup in Miami, Florida. So Mexico, and then Florida, the season finale. 15-all.
Ready 15.
Sends it long. Di Francesco. Gets to shout. That communication is so important. Atrás Bini has stayed back. I've had to stretch. Don't hand it back in there from Briega. Sends it high.
Out.
And that was a very good shot there from Danny Diaz. Just curled it up against the glass. Tucked Vinny into a corner. No room to maneuver. 40-15. Are we going to see a service game without a golden point? Have I spoken too soon? I might have spoken too soon. 40-30. Los dos, both players forward. Ivo, down at the feet of Briega. Gets a bit of luck. Takes all the sting out the shot. Oh, that completely caught out Danny Diaz. And yes, I did speak too soon. At 40-15. Golden point. 2-1. Ivo. Oh, and there's a break. From 40-15, they seem to be cruising. And in the end, San Diego Stingrays get broken. We're back with serve, 2-2. It will be Di Francesco to serve for the Florida Goats. Reflexes by Briega. So resourceful using the side glass to keep the rally alive, and just drops out there from Vinny Di Francesco.
15.
Watching the Florida Goats and San Diego Stingrays, two of the 10 franchises that take part in the PPL and PPL2.
15-all.
Along with the Florida Goats and the San Diego Stingrays, we have the Los Angeles Beat, New York Atlantics, Toronto Polar Bears. We saw the women's doubles take the runners-up spot in the championship game. Miami Paddle Club, Las Vegas Smash, who won the women's final, Houston Volts, DC Matrix, and Mexico Waves. Oof, took a gamble. Padilla cut across, anticipated, but unable to keep that ball back in play. Good thing to anticipate, because you can get across. You can sometimes win that point outright. If you don't, then you're on one side of the court with your doubles partner standing directly behind you. More often than not, you are made to pay. So it's risky. There's a massive payoff if it comes off. Oh, that was a shot that Ivor and Matten got right every single time. That high backhand on the spin. This time sends it crashing into the net. Okay, I'm going to say we are going to go to a golden point now. Let's see if it's again the commentator's curse. And we don't. 40-30. Friday Goat serving for a 3-2 lead. Oh, well, there you go. 3-2 it is. Wonderful volley. Again, tucked up in the corner against that glass. That double wall, that double kiss. So difficult to guess which way that ball's going to go. And the Stingrays, who have been in some good positions in each and every service game, suddenly find themselves down 3-2, but we are with serve in this opening set.
Time.
Umpire shouts time. Just saw a paddle ball there up close. It looks very similar, of course, to a tennis ball. But paddle balls have a lower internal pressure, looking around at 10 to 11 psi. Tennis balls around about 14 psi. A paddle ball has a low internal pressure because it makes for a slower ball, because with the glass walls and glass high wall at the back, with a tennis ball it would kick way too much. More explosive, a higher bounce, and also it's kind of built to travel longest distances, unlike a paddle ball. I mean, here you've got a court which is 20 by 10 meters long. So if you do play paddle with a tennis ball, it'll be very difficult to keep a rally going. The same way you couldn't really play tennis with a paddle ball. They're both unique, although they do look very similar. In a spot of bother on their serve. Danny Diaz serving. Love 30. Good attacking play there by Ivo. First that backhand down the line and attacking the net and hitting across court at the feet of Di Francesco. 15-30. And long from the American. 30-all. And that's so clever there by Briega. Why? Because had he stayed back, he wouldn't have played that shot. He would have been on defense As soon as he saw his opponent lining up to hit the ball, he darted forward, got into a great position, opened up his body, created the angle, and hit the winner. Break point. Should they lose this point, it will be another break point, as it will be golden point. So we would have seen a golden point in all but one of the games so far in this opening set.
Use golden point.
Golden point it is.
Miguel Brega to receive.
But he got to receive. Oh, tremendous play there. Great anticipation. What a hit by PDT Francesco. What a way to win the golden point and a break. It's 4 games to 2.
They lead 4 games to 2.
That was electric. Look how quickly he set off. And the execution. I mean, it's not short. 1.85 m. Leap, smash, in movement, squeeze through the doorway, don't hit the net. Your racket's still in one hand and avoid injury.
Not 15.
Yeah, don't try that at home. Oh, what a rise. Incredible, it's like a pinball machine. Oh, went for the big hit, PDT Francesco. Big kiss off the tape. And then out. Love 30.
Hold.
Second serve for the Florida Goats. And snatches at that smash. For break points for the San Diego Stingrays.
Out.
And it's out there. 3 mistakes in that service game, PDT Francesco. And it's 4-3. And when we return, a chance for San Diego Stingrays to tie this opening set at 4-4. A few unforced errors earlier by PDT Francesco. Going wide with one smash going long with another, and then unfortunate, a smash hitting the tape before travelling the full distance and hitting the back glass. So 4-3. Again, we find ourselves with serve in the opening set. It will be Ivo Andermatten, the 23-year-old Argentinian, to serve for the San Diego Stingrays. Good delivery. Just drops in. Briega's return. And that blocked volley from Diaz straight into the net. Hits it first time. Great reflexes there by Briega. Got away with that one there. Vinny. Briega. Oof. That is a touch. That was well played there. Good sportsmanship by Vinny. Let's watch it again here. Does it? Yeah, it does clip Vinny. Not too sure if the umpire spotted it, but straight away, arm up. And it admits, Vinny, that the ball touched him, so point to Florida Gates. Good angle there, Briega.
15-30.
You don't have much time to adjust when that ball comes off the side fence. Benedos gets the call that they both came forward, and Matten sends over the high lob. Briega. His overhead shots have been excellent throughout this 4-day event in Los Angeles. Miguel Briega. Makes no mistake, Andon Matten. Serving for 4-4. Second serve. Vinny comes forward, and Matten after that one-handed backhand. It's a struggle there, got it back into play. Woof! A double-handed backhand, tennis-esque there from Briega. Gets there somehow, and Matten. And the ball arrows straight towards the head of Briega, who couldn't react in time, and it's 4-4. Excellent shot. What a hit there from the Argentine. So quick, electric, his movement, so dynamic. Well, just like in that first set of the women's championship game, it was tight all the way through and ended in a tie break. Great reflexes there by Adam Matter, but couldn't do anything there, couldn't recover the position.
15 love.
That backhand off the back glass, get it back over the net, is some shot. Four, 15 love.
Hold.
Those bajadas often down the middle. Look at that fake smash. So clever there from Ivan Matin.
15 all.
Brilliant. El amago, the term used in Spanish, the fake smash, where you set yourself up for the big smash, but instead of hitting that ball with power, you basically just dink it over the net. Very effective, as it can catch your opponents off guard. Looking for the cage there, Briega. Well, gets it back in somehow, Danny Diaz, but on hand Briega. He straight away saw his opponent struggling, and what he did was move 2 or 3 steps close to the net and was in a position to hit that winner. He was in a position to hit that winner because he was standing over the net. There you go.
First service.
4-4, 30 all. That was a tough shot there for Danny Diaz, down at his feet on his backhand side. Looks for the big smash. Excellent reflexes by Adam Matin. It was a good topspin smash by Vinny, but not good enough to win the point outright. Drops in, had to chase back Ivan. Danny goes long on the half volley, and another super rally. These 4 players are playing top paddle in this final, the PPL 2. So exciting to watch. Just has enough power. 5-4, Florida goes lead. It is with serve, but we have seen breaks already in this opening set. And when play resumes, it will be the San Diego Stingrays needing to win their service game to stay in this opening set. Florida lead 5-4.
Para ti yo tengo flow bien clásico, para de temor yo soy bien táctico. Para no te quiero, solo quiero que te vengas. Vete pa' mi casa o pa' donde tú prefieras. Yo quiero contigo, yo te doy a mi manera, como tú quieras. Soy el voluntario, todo lo que quiera, todo lo que quiera. Tírame un besito, que quiero contigo. Tírame un besito, tírame un besito, que quiero contigo. Tírame un besito, tírame. Voluntario.
so tight this opening set. We've had 4 golden points in the opening 5 games. And here we are 5-4. Oh. The spin on that, sending it out over the side. It wasn't even a great angle to hit that shot.
15 love.
But I think Ivor Andermatten has been the star performer here in Los Angeles. This is 3rd appearance, and he's been excellent in the first 2 games. So has his doubles partner, Danny Diaz. There's something about Ivo, and the fact that he's only 23 must be knocking on the door of the PPL. Doesn't have enough kick on that. Gets away with it on that occasion, Danny Diaz. That's brilliant reading of the game. Excellent reading of the game. Spotted Briega out of position. Vinny raced across the cover, but couldn't get it back in. Look at that. Disguised it so well. Andermatten. Straight at Briega.
40 love.
40 love. Not seen a love service game so far in this set. Chiquita down at the feet of Briega, and then drilled that volley down low at his opponent, the Argentine, to set up a 40 love and an opportunity for 5-5. Wide with that one-handed backhand return, and we are tied in this opening set.
Derecha. Left. Ahí. Ahí. Thank you.
Couldn't quite get it over the net on that occasion, Danny Diaz. Those are the kind of volleys you really should be getting back into play.
Hold.
Look at that slice. Look at that slice. It was so good there from Briega. It was deep. It was deep where it needed to be. And it died after hitting that back glass. Watch here. Straight down. Impossible for the Chilean. Well, he can get it back into play superbly, Briega, but couldn't get back onto court in time. Or play Danny Diaz. That's almost hurdle the post, and look, had too many yards to cover there. Briega, 30-15. Vinny with his trademark smash. 40-15. And Briega back-to-back smashes and a 6-5 lead for the Goats ahead in this opening set.
6 games to 5.
Well, the 20-year-old Vinny Di Francesco and the 25-year-old Miguel Briega, they can break their opponents. They will take this opening set in the championship game here at the Barker Hangar in Santa Monica, the PPL 2 final. We had the women's final earlier today, 7-6, 6-2, a victory. It was an excellent victory too, over the Toronto Polar Bears, as the team from Canada lost in straight sets to Ana Cortiles and Luis Elena Perez of the Las Vegas Smash. So we have our winners in the women's doubles, and here in the men's, it is tight in this opening set. In this opening set, it's been tight, but how tight? Look at the stats. 5-6, the Goats lead.
Time.
But they haven't dominated the long rallies. Now, what we have seen throughout this event, and what you do see in Padel, you dominate long rallies, you win sets and matches, but not yet. Disguises it so well there, Danny Diaz, but recovers Briega. Doesn't quite carry from Briega.
15 love.
15 love.
Out. Very low.
30 love. Looks like we're headed for a first set tie break.
40 love.
That's a great bajada there. Diaz sends Briega into the corner, comes forward, takes a big step forward, and goes
15.
a couple of inches too long. There was a big gap to aim for Danny Diaz. Just too much weight on the volley. Excellent there, Brandon Mattin, great recovery. Once again by Vinny, doesn't catch it cleanly on that occasion, and it's easy for Vinny, who salvages the point before killing it off with a smash. And that all came about because Ivan Mattin's smash came up well too short. Was inviting for Vinny, who had anticipated the smash and puts it away. Nada, they're staying back the court. Have to cover there. Ivo, Danny, an easy shot after catching the cage. It's a great shot down at the feet, and a mistake there. And a mistake by Vinny. And we will go to a tie break. It was a block volley. It wasn't tough. He had time. And you can see the reaction of his doubles partner. Briega just holds his head as they know it was a missed opportunity. We have a tie break in this opening set. One serve for Vinny, and it'll be 2 serves apiece until a team reaches 7 points and wins by 2, or until, well, we could keep going the way things have been so far in this set. You need to win by 2 clear points. This occasion has enough power. One love.
Florida goes. Out. 1 all.
Gets it through. Great salida, Briega, to keep that rally alive. Adam Matton
San Diego's team.
with a big overhead shot. Two, 1. Stingrays lead.
Hold.
Watching the PPL 2 final here in Los Angeles.
2 games to all.
6-6, 2-2.
Daniel Diaz, first warning. San Diego Stingray.
And a warning there for Danny Diaz for striking the glass. The next warning would be a point deduction. No, how does he get back into play? Oh, did it hit him twice? I think is what the umpire has just pointed out. Let's see it again. What happened just before that return, but it's true that Ivo did admit the contact.
Hold.
Second serve. Well, that was Briega against Ivo and Martin. Ivo against Briega. 3-3. We are tied as the player switch ends. Well, something is going to have to give in this opening set.
Time.
As a warning, Danny Diaz. I'm sure he'll keep his cool for the remainder of the set and match. Too much at stake. We're seeing how hard it is to win a point in this match. So you don't want to gift a point to your opponents. A mistake there by Ivo and Martin. And a mini break for Florida Goats. They win their next 2 points, they'll be in a superb position to take the set. And they win the first, 5-3. Need just 2 more points. Wow. And that mistake could prove costly. From a potential 6-3 lead, we are back with serve. 2 serves for Danny Diaz.
Out.
And long from Briega. 5-all. Well, the super tie break that San Diego won. The first change of ends was 3-3. Second change of ends, 6-6, 9-9. Before winning 12-10. Set point. Set point to Florida Goats. It's going to be the Spaniard, Miguel Briega, to serve. Takes it nice and early, Ivo. Looks for the cage. And they take the first set. Super play at the net by Vinny. And an important
7-6.
2 shots. Had made a few mistakes earlier in the set. Vinny at the net. But they're 2 well-chosen volleys. The first into the cage, then again attacking Ivo, who was off balance. And 7-6, a set for Florida Goats, who maintain their excellent record here in Los Angeles. They won both of their matches, and in both matches, they did not drop a set. They were tight, 7-6, 7-5. They beat Mexico Waves, and they followed that up with a 6-4, 7-5 win in their second match, beating Las Vegas Smash.
La mirada me delata, cuando bailas me enamoras, a todo el mundo le encantas, donde llega tú controlas. Soy un voluntario, para darte mami lo que pidas tú. Soy un voluntario, pa' comerte a besos lo que quiero yo. Tírame un besito, que quiero contigo. Tírame un besito, tírame un besito, que quiero contigo. Tírame un besito, tírame. Voluntario.
Oh, no surprise to see the first player out. Player hit the winning shot in the tiebreak. Vinny Di Francesco, the 20-year-old American, the hottest young talent right now this side of the Atlantic. And we're seeing so many good young players improving here thanks to the PPL. Renato Martinez, the Mexican. Sofia Adamovich also, who happens to be her doubles partner, that pairing, the youngest, 19 and 20 years old. Here on court, 23-year-old Ivan Matten. Danny Diaz will be serving, looking to take the set. They have no safety net and force a super tie break. So by now, I'm sure you know some of the shots, the tactics used, the basic rules of thumb. Great study there, Padel. Di Francesco Briega. Down low, Danny Diaz. Again, Danny Diaz looks to hit the win off the cage, and he does. So having understood how the game works, how the scoring works, and the basic rules of thumb, next, I suppose, is the jargon, which can sometimes push people away from a sport if you don't understand it. But a lot of the words here are in Spanish. Quite a few have their English translations. I mean, the main words would be the bandeja, the tray shot, the víbora, which is like a snake or viper. Things like that chancletazo, chiquita, gancho, globo. I mean, quite a few have a translation into English. I suppose the chancletazo doesn't. It's like a side volley where you just swat the ball and you kind of just smack the ball as if you were holding a flip-flop, which is a chancla, which is why you get a chancletazo. Looks the top spin. Great climb there by Adam Matten. Covering Adam Matten. Looks for the glove. This is a great rally again. All four players before Briega hits the winner. But credit to every single player out there. They are putting on some show at the Barker Hangar. Fitting for a final. Drilled forehand, bounces a bit too high. It was a topspin passing shot, very tennis-esque, but you saw the damage it did by bouncing too high off the glass wall, too high, and then was easy for the opponent. 1-love. Good start to the second set for the Stingrays.
Me enamoras, a todo el mundo le encantas, donde llega tu controla.
Vini Di Francesco.
Quick switch after that opening game. It really bounced, didn't it? Yeah, for Danny Diaz. Second serve for Vini Di Francesco.
Please.
Getting slightly more vocal, Briega and Di Francesco. A lot of pressure off after winning the opening set. all the pressure on San Diego Stingrays. Great shot down the line. What a return that was though from Ivo. Back glass. That's another tremendous shot again from Ivo. Uses the side glass in the fence. That was so clever from Danny Diaz. Witty, sly, cunning. No power. Placement. Bouncing just before the fence where the ball died. That was clever from Briega as well. He was aiming for the fence and not wanting the ball to hit the side. Danny Diaz had to take it slightly earlier on the rise and couldn't keep the rally alive. And that's a brilliant bajada. Caught Danny off guard, 1-1.
One game two. Ivo and Martin to serve.
That wasn't great. Oh! The Dormilona. Briega, outstanding. The technique there. That was sublime. Just flicked it over the net and it just dropped like a dead weight. And that all came about because Diaz failed to put the ball away. Touch the net. Ivo and Matin. They lose the point. Love 30. Huge point for the Stingrays. Just in, Ivo and Martin taking a bit of a risk with the depth on that previous shot. And it was easy for Diaz. Oh, that's so lucky. A great recovery. But on the back foot here. Tough shot. Great recovery. And again, but that's superb play. Astonished at how well Stingrays fought to stay in the point. Diaz with a couple of great shots. That salida from Ivo and Matin, who had a great ball back onto court. Clever return though into the corner. And now 3 break points for Florida. Took the first set 7-6. It's 1-1 in the second set. Good serve. Oh no, Ivo and Matin. And that's the first smash. First volley I've seen him do that here in LA. So assured, so composed, but perhaps just wanted to get the point over with. It was there for the taking. It was a great height for the Argentine, but sends it crashing into the net. We have a break at the start of the second set. 7-6, 2-1. Florida lead.
Time. Time.
Well, let's see if they can now claim their service game. Going to be the Spaniard, Miguel Briega, to serve. 2-1 up.
Hold.
Second serve for Florida Goats, competing in the PPL 2 championship game
15 low.
against the San Diego Stingrays. Not just this final, there's more at stake than honor, pride and bragging rights. It's the points they will pick up if they win this final.
Hold.
At Miami, the Goats took the title, claiming 8 points, a maximum 8 points. In the event that followed in New York, it was a disappointing one for Florida, just the 1 point. But here, they could take
No. Out.
the 8th point again. And with New York Atlantics having started LA on 13 and taking 3, they would have 16.
Perfectamente.
Florida
Acabó.
would move 1 point clear at the top of these standings.
Warning.
17 points, the Florida Goats, 16 New York Atlantics, 11 San Diego Stingrays. Should things stay as they are and Florida win this final. $15-all.
Hold.
Got the angle right, not the power. Briega just about gets it back over the net. Was a tough one for Danny Diaz.
10-15.
Well, it was there for the taking, and we saw Ivo miss a clear volley in the previous game. That one was missed by the Chilean Danny Diaz. Good serve into the corner. Started to be a lot more vocal, not just the two players out on court for Florida, but also the supporters down to the side, the bench too. They know how much is riding on this game. Out from Briega.
40-30.
Takes his time with the serve. Briega races forward. Great pickup. Superb play once again. Just in there from Di Francesco, comes forward. And Matten goes for the hit. But look who's across the cover. That's excellent play by Andon Matten. The anticipation darts across. And it's juice. Gold on point. Well, it's hot out there. It's been a long game. It's been intense. Plenty of sweat, just making sure that grip is as dry as possible. hangs up for Briega. Both teams missing chances to win this point. And that dropped too low and sends it into the net. Vinny Di Francesco. 2-2. And they are broken back. 2-2 it is. Stingrays to serve. And, well, plenty of drama. Massive morale boost for San Diego. Great placement by Diez.
15 love.
That was a brilliant volley. Put Vinny Di Francesco in a bit of bother. His return to Ivan wasn't the best. And Ivan with the killing volley. And that
30 love.
is unlucky. That's the second time you've seen him hit the net and then that ball just go out.
Out. 40 love.
40 love. We've not seen too many quick fire service games in this match. But there's our first. 7-6. Florida Goats took the first set. 3-2, the Stingrays lead in the second set. Seven six, first set, Florida Goats. It was dramatic with that tie break, and then they seemed to, have that little morale boost, a little moment where you could think, okay, they've broken. Can they just hang on to their service games? No. The Stingrays bounced back. Suddenly, momentum's with them, and now it's Florida serving with serve, but 2-3 down in this second set. Slashed it slightly on that backhand side, Di Francesco. And again, saw that a couple of times, back-to-back mistakes in his service game. That was just out. The first serve. A great view of it here. at this far end. Yeah. 15-30. With this tournament in Los Angeles, would have just passed the halfway point of the regular season in the PPL too. Miami, New York, now Los Angeles. Coming up next, Playa del Carmen, Guadalajara, and then 2 pairings from the men's, 2 pairings from the women's. Just 4 in total will qualify for the Cities Cup. The team finishing first and the team finishing second in men's and women's would face the teams finishing 7th and 8th in the PPL. 2 break points. That was a good shot there from Danny Diaz. Couldn't really do much more, just get it back into play. I hope your opponents make a mistake. But it's a golden point. Juice, golden point. Still pressure on both sets of players. Can't really afford to be broken now. Florida Goats, but still, they took that first set, so they have slightly less pressure on them than the Stingrays. Just in. They've got to make this position count, and they do. 3-3. Well, surely they don't think it's an end switch. They've just gone off with a couple of towels. Briega and Di Francesco to dry themselves off. 7-6, 3-3. Oh, slip there, Briega. Had to cover Di Francesco. Ooh.
15.
Complete mishit. And a Matten. Vibra. Great shot. The 20-year-old, Vinny, mixes some great shots with a couple of unforced errors. But as I said earlier, he is still only 20 years old. You look at some of the players at the top of the world game, they're in their mid, even late 30s. So he could have a career at the top spanning 2 decades. Di Francesco. Seriously, what a shot. We have a contender for shot of the final. Another Salida. He did win in the first set, but this was even better. He managed to get that ball bouncing on the opposite side of the court, and then the spin bringing it back onto his side of the court. What a hit, what a point. 4 break points for Florida. Playing against Ivo is like playing against a wall. Everything comes back. Everything. And that was out. Ha tocado. Very honest Ivo. His shot did not hit the glass on his side of the court. It would have counted. It hit the fence and carried over. So it was a bad shot. The ball was out. 4-3. Florida Goats lead in the second set, having taken the first set 7-6.
Time.
So a quick recap of today's events. We had a championship game, women's doubles, earlier before this men's doubles at the Barker Hangar here in Santa Monica. And it finished 7-6, 6-2. Ana Cortines, Luis Elena Perez winning the title for Las Vegas Smash, beating Toronto Polar Bears in the final. The team from Canada had won both of their games prior to the defeat in the final. Also deserve congratulations, Jordi Luján and Carla Rodriguez. Really good tournament, taking the runners-up spot earlier today. Now in the final, 7-6, 4-3. Florida Goats lead San Diego Stingrays. Two teams who won both of their group games.
Up. 15 love.
Oh, some soccer skills there from Vinny.
Hold.
The last time they broke, got broken back immediately. Florida. But they lead 30-love. Straight into the tape. A shot by Danny Diaz. It's been a while since I've seen those two players actually communicate. Ivor and Matten and Danny Diaz. They've gone a bit silent. At the same time, these two players, Brega and Di Francesco, have become a lot more vocal. 40-love. And an excellent, excellent shot. Di Francesco, they mean business. Florida Goats. They have held on to their service game finally after a break, because throughout the first set, and even in this set, it's been break, counter break. Win your service game, they win their service game. Break, counter break. But here they lead 5-3, and now we have the Stingrays needing to win their service game to stay in the match, but they've lost the first point. Tucks the volley away. Love 15. $15-all.
15-all.
What a huge success this PPL 2 competition is proving to be. The standard of Padel is so high. So many great matches, great points. The fake smash. This time carries a bit too far. A couple of chiquitas, those little shots down low at your opponent's feet. And another well-disguised volley. 15-30, just 2 more points needed. 2 more points. And Florida would take 8 points in the global standings, and they would end LA top of the ranking. Great play. And again. Oh! And a mistake by Danny Diaz.
15-40.
And surely they can't let this slip. Already some celebrations down by the bench. Briega grabs the towel, just takes a few seconds. Gets a time warning from the umpire. 15-40. Championship point for Florida Goats. DF with a serve. They put pressure on Ivo. Looks for the cage. It's there, surely. There it is. And they celebrate deservedly. Superb competition from start to finish. Florida Goats, Billy Di Francesco, the 20-year-old American, Miguel Briega, the 25-year-old Spaniard, have won here at the Barker Hangar in Santa Monica, beating San Diego Stingrays, Danny Diaz and Ivo Andermatten, 7-6, 6-3. A very similar game to the one we had earlier in the women's final, which ended 7-6, 6-2. Well, what a thrilling contest. And it's sad, really, that this event has come to an end, because it was so good from start to finish. 7-6, 6-3. And yes, the team winning the long rallies. Win those long rallies. You will win games, sets, and matches. 7-6, 6-3. 57% of golden points, 43. Pretty even. Look at the points. 1 serves 1. But a big difference when it comes to long rallies. 7-6, 6-3. So the winners, Florida Goats. In the global standings, just quickly, New York Atlantics, they came into LA with 13 points. They take 3. They move up to 16. Florida Goats, with the win here, now leapfrog the team from New York. They are 1 point clear of the New York Atlantics. Still a good 4-day event for San Diego Stingrays. They close the gap slightly on New York, but they see how Florida Goats, who were just 3 points ahead of them, now move 6 points clear of San Diego. Still very much in the hunt for a top 2 finish. They have pulled away from Los Angeles Beat, who leave here empty-handed. San Diego pick up 5, Florida 8, New York 3. Well, it's been a pleasure. It's been great fun from start to finish here at the Barker Hangar, and also earlier at the Padel Up Culver City. We have seen world-class professional paddle. Now be sure to join us for the next event, Playa del Carmen, 24th to the 27th of September. You can follow the PPL and also the PPL too from myself and the rest of the team here in Los Angeles. It's been fun, Remember, join us again 24th of September in Mexico, because the season has 2 more regular season events before the finale in Miami, the 3rd to the 6th of December.
Para de temo, yo soy bien táctico. Para no estar claro, solo quiero que te vengas. Vete pa' mi casa o pa' donde tú prefieras. Yo quiero contigo, yo te doy a mi manera. Como tú quieras. Soy el voluntario. Todo lo que quieras. Tírame un besito, que quiero contigo. Tírame un besito. Tírame un besito, que quiero contigo. Tírame un besito.